Okay, good morning. Again, the definition of the database. A database is an organized collection of structured information or data stored electronically in a computer. The data can be easily accessed, managed, modified, updated, controlled and organized. Most databases use SQL for writing and querying data. So our third module is SQL. So structured query language. SQL is a standard for writing queries, for creation of databases, for creation of tables, for inserting values to tables, to change values in tables, to take out values from tables, to add a column, to delete a column, etc. So everything can be from the starting. We can create database, then we can create tables, then we can insert data, we can delete data, we can select data. So also we can control which all users can use this data. So it is a multi-purpose query language, SQL. So from 1986 we have this SQL. Okay, now I will show you a portion from the w3schools.com. So this website, I am showing the website w3schools.com, and this shows the what is SQL and what are the data types stored in SQL. So SQL data types, as I told you earlier, what type of data is to be stored in a column, that is the data type. For storing class number we need integer type, for storing name we need a text type or the variable character type. So this is what we are going to see today, which are the different data types that can be used in SQL. Actually this SQL standard is used by different software or DBMS, database management systems. We have software as DBMS. Examples are MS Access, Oracle, MySQL, FoxPro, DBase, etc., etc. So we have lots of database management systems. So in each DBMS there may be a slight difference in syntax or a slight difference in the keyword that is used for defining this type, but it looks similar. And what we need to understand is that the type should be number, text, date, etc. Okay, so I will rely on this W3 schools. In this it is showing a MySQL DBMS. The different types are character, varchar. CHAR means character size, fixed length string. Okay. VAR CHAR, varchar bracket size, inside bracket we are giving size. Varchar 20 means variable length string up to 20 characters. This is binary, variable binary. Then tiny block for binary large objects. Then text, maximum length of 65,535. Medium text, medium block So all these are different data types which can be given as the type of a column heading, and the different numeric types are, so all these are string types, and about numeric types we can use bit, tiny int, very small integer. Then we can use boolean, it is equal to boolean, 1 or 0. Then medium int, a medium integer, small int, the range is given here, small int, medium int. Then integer, normally we use integer. Float for storing point numbers, double position, decimal we can use decimal with size comma d. The total number of digits is specified in size. The number of digits after the decimal point is specified in d parameter. So size and d. Size is the number of digits, total number of digits, and from the total how many belongs to the digits after point, that is d. So decimal 10,3 means total is 10, out of total 3 is points. And about date and time types, we can use date type is there, date time is there, then timestamp, time, year. So all these are related to date and time data types. Okay, and then coming to SQL Server. SQL, previously we have seen the type of MySQL. Okay, now we are going to see this SQL Server types. This is another DBMS. It has character, varchar, text, enchar. So in each DBMS it has its own keywords for storing these fields type. Okay, numeric, bit, tiny int, small int, big int, decimal, numeric. Okay, so these are the different data types used in SQL. So SQL is a standard used in different DBMS, and for each DBMS it has its own keywords for defining these fields. Okay, so this was a slide from the W3 schools. So we need to understand that we have numeric type, string type and date type. Numeric type, string type and date type. We can have variations in these types. Depending on the size of the text stored, we can select a higher type if we need. Okay, so we will see the basic operations in SQL. As I told you, SQL can be used for creating databases, creating tables. So database creation, table creation, then insertion of data to tables, then addition of columns to the table, deletion of columns to the table, then changing data in tables. So everything is possible using this SQL. Also selective data selection means we can select data which meets some conditions, having some marks greater than 100, like that. So we can have selective selection also. Data filtering is possible using SQL. So SQL is a very powerful standard. and we will see the different operations. One is creation of database. Okay, then creation of table, okay. A single database can have multiple tables. So creation of database, creation of table, then inserting data to table, that is inserting this one Arun and Tor. Okay. Then changing data, we call it as updating data in a table. Okay. Then deleting data from a table. Okay, we will see one by one. So these are some operations, and as I told, there are extra operations as adding a column, then deleting, dropping or removing a column. So like that there are operations. So we will start with the basic database creation, and we will move forward with the simple examples. Okay, I think that we can use this example, that is student table, class number, name and age. Also I can give some table as marks also. Okay, so I will be using these four fields for our examples for these different steps or different operations. Okay, so as I told you, we have different types of DBMS, database management systems, for data storage and these purposes. Oracle is there, SQL Server is there, MySQL is there, FoxPro is there, DBase is there, etc. So we have different DBMS available, and I would like to use MySQL for our studies. Okay, so let me take MySQL. For that, I am using the terminal. Of my Linux machine. Okay, and I have to this is the Linux prompt. I have to change to MySQL. So for that I am giving the command as MySQL, and it has username. Username is given using -u. Root I am giving as username, and -p stands for password. So I need to give password. So after giving password, it enters to the MySQL prompt. So you can try this by using some online sites also, using W3 schools or some other learning systems. Learning websites you can use. You can try for this, or you can install this MySQL in your computer. If you have a computer, you can install MySQL, or you can directly use this online help websites. Okay, tutorial sites. Okay, so I have changed my prompt to MySQL. Okay, I would like to create a database. So I am create database S3CS. Okay. So I am creating one database. So you can write your first query in your notebook as create database name semicolon. Okay. Create database is the command for creating database in MySQL. So create database, then give the database name and put a semicolon. So we have the database as S3CS. Okay. Now I want to move to a database for storing tables. You can think of a folder concept. Folder means area to store files. If I have a room, if I have created a room, I have to move to a room for operation. If I have an almirah, and if I have created a rack for my files, then I have to use that rack. So we can use this use S3CS. Okay. So this is the command for changing to database. Means in this MySQL or using MySQL, there can be multiple databases. If you are using Access, each Access file is a database. Likewise, like that, while after creation of database, I have to change to that database, and the command used is use database name. So I am now in S3CS. Okay. Now the first command we are going to study is how to create tables. As I told you, I want to store the details. Which all details? Class number, name, age and marks. I have to store the details, class number, name, age and marks. And this table has the head, has the name student also. Okay, so I am going to create a raw table format. So we need to think about the data types which should be used in each field. So the table name is student. Okay. The first field name is class number. It contains numbers, or we will be inserting numbers to it. Second is name. So we can use varchar. Okay. Then age is number, mark is number. Okay. So we can create this table structure by using the create command. Again, create. What has to be created? A table has to be created. So create table. Then the syntax demands the table name. So create table student, and in brackets we have to give the field names along with type. So class number is the first field. It is integer type, comma. Next type is name. It is varchar type of 20 size I am giving, comma. So I have given two columns now. Class number as integer, name as variable character. Okay. Then the next was age. Age was also integer, comma. Then marks is also integer. Okay, so we need to know about the syntax of this create table query. So if this MySQL supports integer, varchar, etc., then this query will execute. Otherwise, it shows error. Okay, so it shows query OK. It means that it supports integer type, it supports varchar type, and the query is also okay. The syntax of the query is also okay. So create table name. In brackets we have to give the different fields along with types. Class number, space, data type, comma. Then next field name, space, its type, comma. So this comma is placed between each fields. A space is placed between the field name and the data type. Okay, so this is table creation. Okay, now I can use a command called show tables. Show tables is nothing but showing tables of the database. So this query shows the output as we have a table called student. Okay, so after creation of table we can check whether the table is created by using show tables. Also we can use a command called describe, DESCRIB, describe student. So describe student, or we can give same command as DESC. The first four letters can be used for the command. Okay, so it shows it has four fields: class number, type is integer, int 11. The others now we are not bothered. We will study it later. Then name type is there, age type is there, marks type is there. So we have a table called student with these four columns. So I have taken a paper, I have drawn a table, I have four columns as class number, name, age and marks. Okay, now I want to fill data to this table. Clear? So now I have created the table structure, and we call this as schema of the table. Schema, database schema means the structure of the table, structure of tables, that is schema. So now I have created the schema. My next aim is to insert data to the tables. I want to insert data to the tables. So the command used is insert into we have to give table name. Which table we have to give? Student. Insert into student. So I am telling that insert into student. What has to be inserted? Data, or we can use values. So values is the keyword for specifying data, and in brackets we have to give the values. What is the value? Class number is 1, comma. Next I have to store name. It's a character, so I am giving in a single quotes. 1 Arun, comma, age 12, marks 45, semicolon. Here also, if this syntax is correct, it will not show error. If it was wrong, it will show some error. So So this shows query OK, one row affected. So one row is inserted. So this DESC student is for what? It shows the table structure only. Now I want to see what data is contained in this table. That is, I have inserted one row to the table. Now I want to see whether my data is inserted or not. And for that we can use the command select. So select, you can give star. I will explain what is it later. Select star from table name. Table name is student. Okay, so this is the command which we will be using always. Select star from student. Select star from table name means we are seeing the details stored in this table. So select star from student means I am seeing the values stored in table. So 1 Arun 12:45 is the data stored in the first. Now I want to insert more rows. So I am again giving command as insert into student values. I am giving values as Arun, Anish, 13 and 48. Okay, I am pressing enter, query OK. So one more row is inserted. So to the table one more row is inserted. So if I check select star from student, I can see that there are now two rows. Again I am inserting using this insert into command. Insert into student values Arun, Anish Kainu. Then I am giving as Ebin. Again 12, 44. So now I have three rows. Okay, select star from student gives three rows. Now it's time to explain what is star. This star means show all the fields. Star indicates all the fields. So class number, name, age, marks. We need to get all the fields. We need to get all the fields stored in table. That is star. So if I want to view only one column from the table, then I can give the column name. Which column I have to view. So I am giving select. I need class number only. Class number from student. This means that only class number is needed from the, even though it contains rows, I need only class number field. Okay, so this is the power of SQL, from where it can retrieve only one column only. I need two columns. I can give select class number comma, I need name also. Okay, so it shows class number and name. Okay, I need class number and marks. Okay, so that two columns are shown. So selection can be done in multiple ways as we need. Depending on the data we need, we can give appropriate selection commands. So select star from student means selecting all fields. Okay, now there is one more magic, that is select. I want to get all the fields from table student, but I need the details of student having class number 2 only. So there is a keyword called where class number equal to 2. So select star from student where class number equal to 2 means it shows only the row having class number 2. So select star from student where class number equal to 2 means show all the details, all the field contents having class number 2, or the student having class number 2. So now we can think about combining that. If I want to get the name only of this record means row. If I need only the name of the student having class number 2, then I can give like this. I need name only. So select name from student where class number equal to 2. So this is the magic of SQL. It can get data from the table selectively, either row, either column, or a value in a column of a specific row. So this is SQL is very powerful. Data is stored in an organized manner. From that table we can retrieve, we can select data selectively, very selectively. Means I can get a row, I can get a column, I can get 2 columns, I can get the name of the person having the class number 2. Okay, so these so today we have seen some commands, some basic commands for database creation, then table creation, data insertion, and data selection. Okay, we will study in detail about these later in the next class. Okay, so watch this again and again to see how we can use, how we can create database, how we can use database, how we can create tables, insert data, and retrieve data. Thank you.